The way you start your day tells your nervous system who you are. I'm going to give you this simple 5 to 10 minute routine that morning routine that will help you step into your future self before the world even has a chance to wake up. All right, I'm Luther. This is the Self-Image Alchemist, and I help people embody their true self to heal and manifest the life they were meant to live, basically. And this is something that's going to help you rewire your subconscious mind, to help you transform your identity into the one that's your ideal. So every morning before we wake up, what normally happens is we'll grab our phone, we'll sit there. Sometimes we won't even grab a phone. We just lie in bed and just think about all the stuff that happened yesterday, the stuff that can potentially happen today, stuff that annoys us, that we're worried or anxious about, all the things, right? I'm going to challenge you to not do that anymore, right? And use this time, because there's a period before you wake up where it's almost like you have to remember your identity, in a certain way. Like your nervous system has to adjust back to who you claim to be or who you act as throughout the day. So, and self-image is really formed by repetition and emotion. And this list of things I'm going to get you to do does both, to help you really embody the person that you want to be. So, first thing on the list, first thing you do, don't grab your phone. All right, this is the first thing on the list. Let's call it stillness. All right, just wake up, just be still, turn your alarm off, and kind of just be still for a moment. Just take a breath and just be there. Let the thoughts come, let them go. If you can, actively try not to think about those things. Don't grab your phone. If your phone's vibrating, turn it off, or go into another room, go into the bathroom, sit down. If you have to get up extra early before the people at your job get up and they're blowing your phone up, or your friends or anything like that, your kids or whatever the situation may be, even your spouse, right? And maybe you can even do this with them, but get up before all of them to give yourself time to do this, because you only need a good 5 to 10 minutes, really, right? It's game changer. The point is not how long you do it, is habitually doing it. You can do this in 2 minutes if you want to, but if you do it every day, eventually it's going to take effect and it's going to affect you. Don't do it for 2 minutes. Do it a little bit longer than 2 minutes, right? At least 5 minutes. But yeah, so that's the first thing. Just be present. Just be still, be present. You don't necessarily have to block out the rest of the world. Pretend the rest of the world is literally sleep. You know what I mean? And a large portion of them probably are, honestly. But yeah, so do that. And then next, I want you to write out, if you don't already have one written out, you can create one on the fly, but I prefer you write one out like today, and then in the morning, read off that list. It's an identity statement. I'll tell you what I do. I have this long list of character traits that I have, and I give you some examples that I read off every morning. I don't do it so much every morning now, but starting off, I want you to do this every morning, because I'm so further along. I've embodied a lot of those traits, so they don't really do much for me. It's a nice reminder. It feels good. It's flattering, but I don't really have to go back to those. Every now and again, if I'm feeling shitty, then yeah, I might just glance over it like, oh yeah, and it makes me feel good, because these words, they carry a vibration. So I start off the day. I give you an example of some of the things I have on my list. I have it written down, and I even read tarot. So I use some of the archetypes in the tarot. Like, for example, I'm the Aries, so the Aries card is the Emperor, which is the leader, right? It's much more than that, but sometimes I even written that down as a character trait. I wrote compassionate, I'm energetic, I'm optimistic, I'm charismatic, I'm purposeful, I'm I'm magnetic, I'm lively, I'm forgiving, I'm limitless, I'm influential, I'm healthy, I'm I'm attractive, I'm passionate, which I am. All these things, honestly. I'm observant, which I definitely am. I'm brave, I'm trustworthy, honest. I'm comforting, I'm mindful, I'm spiritual, I'm stimulating, I'm grateful. Like, it's so many different things I wrote down that I embody as my identity. This is what I want you to do. Doesn't matter what it is, I want you to do it. So write down a list of traits. It's a game changer for embodying the identity that you want to be. So, and the next thing is visualization. Hard to say that word, but that's what I want you to do. I want you to visualize the person that you want to be, or visualize not necessarily the person, but the reality that you want to be in. That person in that reality. Visualize it. Where are you waking up? Are you waking up in the new house you want to be in? Are you waking up to the partner you want to be next to? If you don't have kids, are you waking up with them or without them? Are you waking up in the same house, same state, different country? You know, what are you wearing? Like, visualize that briefly. All right, you know, it don't have to be too detailed. You just want to visualize enough to catch the feeling. You know what I mean? Kind of like the second you wake up and you're like still half asleep and you can almost still feel like you're in that dream world. And sometimes if the dream is good, you kind of keep your eyes closed to keep going in that dream, but you're conscious. You know that feeling? I don't know, even if you don't know that feeling, but just visualize and just catch the feeling. It's like it really is a vibe. Just catch the vibe of that. Is what you want to do first thing in the morning, because you're fooling your nervous system into. You're not fooling your nervous system. You're training your nervous system to adapt to a different kind of reality. And if you can do that early in the morning, you can carry that through most of the day. Will you carry through the whole day? Hell no. I'm just going to be honest. You're probably not. Like, things are going to happen. It's just not going to happen. The point is to habitually do this. So you embody that identity deeper and deeper into your nervous system, and to the point where things can happen throughout the day and you will still be that person. Right? I'm still me 100% of the time throughout the day, or the majority of the time anyway. And even when things happen, I know that I'm still those character traits. I wrote a list. It's probably 150 words on here, honestly. That's excessive, folks. You don't have to do that. Like, just a small list. Maybe like 10 things, maybe less than that, honestly. Just a few things. And it doesn't even have to be character traits. It could be, you know, how you want to present yourself to the day. But I prefer you use character traits just to start, at least, right? So yeah, visualize, catch the feeling of that, and yeah, just keep that image in your mind in the morning, first thing. But this is before you even touch your phone, right? This is before you touch your phone. Next, gratitude. Just practice gratitude for whatever. Find things to be grateful for, and I don't care what it is. If you're grateful that you have a Keurig and a bunch of K-cups, there you go. You know what I mean? Like, you're grateful that you have gas in your car, that you don't have to stop to go get gas. You know what I mean? If you're grateful that you have a ride to work, or that you have a job, or that you even woke up, or that you're feeling good that morning, or that you have a phone, or that you got paid that day, whatever day it is, it doesn't matter. Find something to be grateful for, and make a list of at least 5 things, and dwell on that for at least a little bit, right? A little bit of time. Just remind yourself, like, oh yeah, just a couple of things. And all this does is create, I'm telling you, it creates this vibe. All right, if you can habitually do this, you will transform your identity. And the last thing I want you to do is set some sort of intention statement for the day. You can write this down, or you can just do this on the fly, honestly. Like, every day you wake up and be like, oh, today I'm going to not be bothered by this person. I'm not going to be bothered with all of the things that happen at my job. I'm not going to let this get to me. Or today I'm going to go out and I'm going to be yada yada yada. It can be, you can have fun with this. All right, you can have it do it on the fly. I want you to do it on the fly, but you can write something. If you have something particular that you want to embody every single day as an intention throughout the week, write that down. Then, if you already have something in mind, or if you can think of something, even write it down, read that. All right, actually, on this part, I definitely want you to write this down and read that statement. Right, and if you have a blue pen or blue ink, definitely write it down in blue ink. It's It's a little trick I learned from Bob Proctor, if you know who that is. It's powerful. So I'm not gonna get into that here, but if you have blue ink, write it down in blue ink. So, and another thing that will help, because I want you to habitualize this, if that's even a word. If it's not, it is now. All right, I want you to habitualize this. Meaning I want you to constantly keep doing it and make it habitual, right? Every single day. Try this at least for 7 days. At least. Just give yourself a real chance. Try it for 7 days straight. I don't care if it's the weekend, all right? Like, I'm releasing this video, I don't know what day it's gonna come out, but preferably, if you can, start Monday, and you know, do it through the whole, Sunday through Saturday, basically. Yeah, so, and another thing you can do to like really ground this into your reality, so it doesn't seem too much like so it doesn't seem like all of this is kind of like a pipe dream or something, like, right? Like, you want to ground it to something physical that you're doing every day, like brushing your teeth. You can, I do want you to say, so I do want you to say the things that you've written down. I do want you to say it out loud, right? I definitely want you to say it out loud. I don't want you to read it in your mind. You can, but in the beginning, I want you to say it out loud. Verbally speak the words. Yeah, so ground it to something like when you're making your coffee, when you're drinking your coffee, or when you're brushing your teeth, like I said, or when you're nothing too distracting, but tie it to that. Like, oh, every day I brush my teeth, you know, and I visualize. And then I go get my coffee, and while I'm making the coffee, I may read over my identity statement and my the intention that you wrote for the day. You may actually verbally say that out loud while your coffee is brewing or something like that. Or even not on your way to work. I want you to do this way before you even leave that. I want you to do this all before you leave the house. So anchor this in reality, but do it way before you leave the house. This should be like the second you get up. And yeah, for the second you get up, start this process. All right, you wanna intervene before your nervous system starts like, oh, so you start to feel a certain way about going to work or about starting your day. That's the whole point of this. And I want you to try this 7 days straight. Then I want you to come back and tell me how your life has changed. Tell me how the way you feel in the morning and somewhat throughout the day has changed. I guarantee you, if you do this and you do it the correct way, the change is inevitable, right? I'm not saying your entire life is going to change, but the way you feel about your identity and the way you feel about yourself and about your potential will change for sure. And you can even combine this with other manifestation techniques or manifestation whatever it is you're into, whatever spiritual practice you may have, you can combine it with that throughout the day, and it will make a difference. All right. So yeah, so again, try this for 7 days, and do me a favor, come back and leave a comment and let me know what you want to change. You can even write in a comment now and let me know what your intentions are, or if you plan to do this, well, what's your desired outcome from it. All right. So I'm gonna leave this video here. So like, subscribe, and I am the Self-Image Alchemist.